Think about the BMW 3 Series today. It's the benchmark. It's the car every other luxury sedan tries to beat. But to understand why this car matters, we have to go back, all the way back to 1975. This is the E21, the first ever BMW 3 Series. And today, we're going to find out if the ultimate driving machine soul was actually there from the day one. Now look at this face. In the early 70s, designer Paul Bracq created this Sharknose leaning forward. It looks like it's moving even when it's parked. First generation period the timelines from 1975 to 1983. From the inside, see how the dashboard is angled toward the driver. This was the debut of the driver-oriented cockpit. BMW basically told the passenger, "You're just here for the ride. The driver is the pilot." It's simple, it's analog, and the visibility is incredible because the pillars are so thin. No screens, no distractions, just 3 pedals, a gear stick, and a tachometer. In early models, you had the M10 4-cylinder, but in 1977, BMW did something crazy. They stuffed a straight 6 into this tiny car. The 323, I was the king. It only made about 143 horsepower, which sounds small today, but this car weighs next to nothing. The steering is unassisted, so you feel every pebble on the road. It's mechanical, it's raw, but be careful. These cars are famous for snap oversteer. If you lift off the throttle mid-corner in the rain, the back end will try to overtake the front. It sold over 1.3 million units and proved that people wanted a compact car that felt expensive and drove like a sports car. It's not just a classic, it's the blueprint for every 3 Series that followed. If you can find one that hasn't been eaten by rust, buy it. Because they really don't make them like this anymore. The E21 started the fire, but the E30? This is the car that turned the fire into an explosion. Produced from 1982 to 1994, this is the second generation of BMW's 3 Series era. Whether you're a drifter, a collector, or just someone who loves driving, the second Gen 3 Series is the gold standard. Today, we're diving into why the E30 became a legend. Look at these lines. BMW moved away from the Sharknose slant of the 70s and gave us this perfectly proportioned, boxy masterpiece. It's functional, it's aggressive, and it's aged better than almost any other car from the 80s. And check out the variety. For the first time, the 3 Series wasn't just a 2-door. You could get it as a 4-door sedan, a gorgeous full convertible, and even the touring Wagon, which, let's be honest, is the coolest one of the bunch. It's the ultimate expression of form following function. Now let's talk power. The E30 gave us a buffet of engines. You had the bulletproof M10 4-cylinders, but the real stars were the M20 straight 6s. If you see a 325i badge, you're looking at 168 horsepower of pure, buttery smooth German engineering. When you drive an E30, you realize what's missing in modern cars: communication. The steering is hydraulic or manual in some models, and it tells you everything about the road. The chassis is so balanced that you feel like the car is rotating right around your hips. No traction control fighting you. It's just you, a 5-speed Getrag gearbox, and a limited slip diff if you're lucky. It's visceral. It's honest. It makes you feel like a better driver than you actually are. The E30 is the bridge between the analog past and the digital future. It's the car that made the 3 Series a household name, and from this onward past preparing for future. Moving into the 90s, the energy shifts. The third generation of the 3 Series, the E36, moved away from the boxy 80s charm and embraced a sleek, aerodynamic Dolphin shape. The E30 was a legend, but by 1990, it was looking a little vintage. BMW needed a revolution, and they gave us this. The E36. It was bigger, smoother, and far more complex. For years, people called it the cheap 3 Series, but today, the E36 has finally stepped out of the shadow of its older brother to become a 90s icon in its own right. Just look at the shape. The sharp, boxy lines of the 80s are gone, replaced by what enthusiasts call the Dolphin shape. This car was all about aerodynamics. Look at the headlights. For the first time, they're tucked behind glass covers. And the variety exploded. We got the sedan, the coupe, the convertible, the touring, and even that weird, short-tailed compact version. But the real game changer was the chassis. BMW ditched the old trailing arm rear suspension for a sophisticated multi-link Z-axle setup. This car wasn't just a cruiser, it was a scalpel. Under the hood, this is where the E36 earned its stripes. While the four-cylinder 318 is a great momentum car, the 325i and 328i are the ones you want. These featured the M50 and M52 inline-six engines. This was also the era where we met Vanos, BMW's variable valve timing. When it kicks in, the engine changes note, the torque pulls harder, and it just sings all the way to redline. It's smooth, reliable, and, if we're being honest, sounds better than almost anything on the road today. We have to talk about the M3. In Europe, the E36 M3 was a monster. 321 horsepower from a 3.2L individual throttle body masterpiece. In the US, we got a slightly tame version, but don't let the internet trolls fool you. The E36 M3 is widely considered one of the best handling cars ever built. It doesn't care about 0 to 60 times. It cares about how it feels when you're mid-corner at 5,000 revolutions per minute. It's balanced, it's communicative, and it's the car that turned the M3 from a niche racer into a global supercar killer. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's a 90s BMW, which means the interior was designed by people who clearly didn't believe in glue. The door panels bubble, the headliners sag, and the cooling system is made of exploding plastic. If you buy one of these, the first thing you do is a metal water pump and an aluminum radiator. Do that, and this car will run forever. The E36 is the perfect bridge. It's modern enough to have ABS and climate control, but old enough to still feel mechanical. It's the last of the truly light 3 Series before they got heavy and tech-obsessed. For many, the fourth generation is where BMW reached its absolute zenith. The E46, 1998 to 2006, is often called the peak 3 Series because it perfectly balanced old-school analog feel with modern luxury and safety. If you ask a BMW purist to close their eyes and picture a 3 Series, they aren't thinking of the new ones with the giant grills. They're thinking of this, the E46. To many, this is the high-water mark. It's the moment BMW stopped experimenting and just perfected the formula. It's elegant, it's fast, and it's arguably the last 3 Series built with a soul. Today, we're looking at why the E46 is still the king. Designers Eric Goplin and Chris Bangle did something impossible here. They took the boxy heritage of the E30 and the Dolphin curves of the E36 and blended them into a shape that simply does not age. Look at the stance. It's wider, it's more muscular, but it's still compact. Those scalloped headlights and the integrated kidney grills, it's a masterclass in proportions. Whether it's the sedan, the coupe, or the touring wagon, every single angle of this car looks correct. It doesn't need to shout to get your attention. Now, let's talk about the engine. If you're looking at a 330i, you have the M54 straight 6. It is one of the smoothest engines ever made, silky power delivery, a mechanical hum that turns into a growl at 4,000 revolutions per minute, and enough torque to make daily driving a dream. But then, there's the big brother, the M3. It houses the S54. This engine won Engine of the Year more times than I can count. It's a 3.2-liter masterpiece with individual throttle bodies and an 8,000 revolutions per minute. When that Vanos kicks in and the exhaust starts that signature metallic rasp, it's a religious experience. The interior of the E46 is the Goldilocks zone. It's modern enough to have a premium feel, leather, Harman Kardon sound, maybe even a navigation screen, but it still has buttons. Real, physical buttons that click. The dashboard is still tilted toward you, the driver. The steering is hydraulic, so it's heavy and communicative. You feel connected to the front tires in a way that modern electric steering just can't replicate. It's comfortable enough for a cross-country road trip, but focused enough for a track day. Now, I have to be honest with you. Perfection comes with a price. If you're buying an E46, you need to check 3 things: cooling, bushings, and subframes. The cooling systems are made of plastic that turns into glass after 100,000 miles. And the early coupes? They were so torquey that the rear subframe can actually crack the chassis. It sounds scary, but the community has fixed all of this. If you find one that's been reinforced and maintained, it's one of the most reliable performance cars you can own. The E46 represents the end of an era. It was the last 3 series before iDrive, before turbochargers, and before BMWs got heavy. It is the ultimate driving machine in its purest form. Let's dive into the future's future. Moving from the peak analog era of the E46, we enter the 5th generation, the E90 series, 2005 to 2013. This was a massive technological leap and arguably the most diverse generation of the 3 series ever. By 2005, BMW was ready to tear up the rulebook. The E46 was a masterpiece, but it was old world. BMW wanted the future. Enter the E90. It was bigger, it was packed with tech, it introduced the world to iDrive, and, for the first time ever, it put a V8 in a 3 series. This generation divided fans when it launched, but today, it's the sweet spot between a modern car and a raw driving machine. Let's find out how. First, let's get the name straight. BMW gave every body style its own code this time. You've got the E90 sedan, the E91 Touring, the E92 Coupe, and for the first time, a retractable hardtop convertible, the E93. The design was a departure. Gone were the soft curves of the 90s. We got flame surfacing, sharp creases, bold wheel arches, and those iconic angel eye headlights that still look modern today. It's a car that looks like it's carved out of a solid block of aluminum. The E90 was a game changer because of this right here, the 335i. For years, BMW stuck to naturally aspirated engines. Then they dropped the N54 twin-turbo straight-six. Enthusiasts call this the German 2JZ. Why? Because with a simple tune and a few bolts, this engine goes from 300 horsepower to 400 or 500 easily. It was the first time the 3 Series felt like a true baby supercar in a straight line. If you want pure speed on a budget, the E92 335i is your weapon of choice. But we can't talk about the E9X without talking about the legend, the E92 M3. This is the only 3 Series in history to come with a factory V8, the S65 engine. It's a 4.0-liter, naturally aspirated monster that revs to 8,400 revolutions per minute. It doesn't have the low-end torque of the turbos, but when you're at 8,000 revolutions per minute and those 8 individual throttle bodies are wide open, it's the best-sounding car BMW has ever made. It was the end of an era, the last naturally aspirated M3. Now let's get real. The E90 introduced iDrive, and the early versions were, let's say, challenging. The interior is a bit more plastic-wide than the E46, and the cup holders? They break if you even look at them. Mechanically, you have to be careful. The N54 engines are famous for high-pressure fuel pump issues and wastegate rattle. If you're looking at the M3, you need to ask about rod bearings and throttle actuators. If those haven't been done, you're sitting on a ticking time bomb. But if you do the preventative maintenance, this chassis is incredibly solid. The E90 is the bridge. It's the last generation that still had that heavy, hydraulic steering feel, but the first to give us modern, earth-shattering turbocharged power. It's a bit of a rebel, it's a lot of work, but man, when it's right, it's unbeatable. From this to onward, I think the future is turning into luxury. By the 2010s, BMW was facing a new world of emissions regulations and a changing market. The sixth generation, the F30, was the result. It was the moment the 3 Series grew up, got smarter, and, most controversially, went 100% turbocharged. The E90 was a rebel, but the F30? This was the 3 Series going corporate, in a good way. Launched in 2012, this car was bigger, more comfortable, and techier than anything before it. But it also did something that shocked the world. It killed off the 3 Series coupe. Today, we're looking at the generation that split the family tree and brought turbos to the masses. Is the F30 the ultimate daily, or did it lose the ultimate driving machine magic? First thing you need to know about this era, the 3 Series got a divorce. BMW decided that 3 was for 4-door family cars, the F30 sedan and the F31 Touring. If you wanted 2 doors, you had to call it a 4 Series, the F32. Design-wise, look at these headlights. They actually touch the kidney grills now, a look that defined BMW for the next decade. It's wider, it's longer, and it feels much more like a baby 5 Series. It's a handsome car, but you can feel that it's grown up. It's not the scrappy little compact it used to be. This is the generation where the purest scream started. For the first time, every single engine in the lineup was turbocharged. The legendary naturally aspirated straight 6? Gone. Early models like the 328i used the N24-cylinder turbo. It was fast, but it didn't sound like a BMW. However, if you step up to the later models, you get the B58 and the 340i. That engine is a masterpiece. It's reliable, it's insanely tunable, and it proved that turbocharging didn't have to kill the soul of a straight 6. If you're looking for a tuning platform, the 340i is basically the modern-day Supra in a tuxedo. We have to talk about the steering. The F30 was the first 3 Series to go to electric power steering. To be honest, it lost that heavy, telepathic feel of the E46 and E90. It's lighter, it's easier to park, but it's a bit numb when you're on a canyon road. The F30 is the perfect one-car garage. It's fast, it's efficient, and it actually has a decent trunk. It might not be as raw as an E30, but as a daily driver, it's hard to beat. Let's now talk about the present of the future. We have arrived at the current era, the 7th generation, the G20, BMW's answer to a digital world. It's the most powerful, most technologically advanced, and, thanks to the M3's new look. After the F30, the critics were loud. They said BMW was getting soft. They said the steering was numb. BMW heard them, and in 2019, they dropped this, the G20. It's bigger, yes, but it's also stiffer, smarter, and faster than almost anything else in its class. It's a car that tries to be a luxury limo on the highway and a sports car in the corners. Today, we're looking at the current king of the compact executive segment. First off, the design. BMW went back to the gym. The lines are sharper, the Hofmeister kink has been reimagined, and those headlights look like they're squinting at the competition. And check this out, the kidney grills are active now. They open when the engine needs air and close when it doesn't to help with aerodynamics. It's a much more aggressive look than the F30. It feels expensive, it feels premium, but it's also the biggest 3 Series yet. We have to talk about the star of the show, the M340i. Under this hood is the B58 3.0-liter straight 6. If the N54 was the German 2JZ, the B58 is the German 2JZ 2.0. It is, hands down, one of the best engines ever made. It's silky smooth, it makes 382 horsepower stock, and it's insanely reliable compared to the old turbos. Pair that with the ZF8 speed transmission, which shifts faster than some dual clutch boxes, and the xDrive all-wheel drive system, and you have a car that hits 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, the G80 M3. When those massive vertical grills were revealed, the internet nearly broke. People hated it. but then they drove it. The G80 is a monster. It's the first M3 to offer xDrive, meaning it has supercar levels of grip. It's got a carbon fiber-clad interior that looks like a spaceship, and it's so capable on track that it makes the old cars feel like toys. Whether you love or hate the face, you cannot deny the performance. It is a benchmark-setting machine. Inside, the analog days are officially over. If you get the newer Life Cycle Impulse facelift, you get this massive curved display. It's basically a giant iPad running iDrive 8. The good news? It's beautiful and incredibly fast. The bad news? The physical buttons for your climate control are gone. Everything is in the screen now. It's the modern way, but for those of us who like the physical knob for the fan speed, it takes some getting used to. However, the build quality is a massive step up from the F30. Everything you touch feels solid, heavy, and expensive. The G20 proves that the 3 Series isn't going anywhere. It's more digital, it's more refined, and it's faster than ever. It's the perfect blend of a tech-heavy daily and a backroad burner. 7 generations, 5 decades, 1 nameplate that defined an entire category of cars. The 8th generation of the BMW 3 Series lineup consists of internationally available IC, internal combustion engine, and BEV, battery electric, versions, the G50 and NA0 respectively. Prototypes of both models have been spotted testing. We've seen the 3 Series evolve from a simple, 2-door Sharknose sedan into a high-tech, turbocharged powerhouse. We've watched it pioneer the driver-oriented cockpit, bring the straight-six engine to the masses, and create the most iconic performance badge in history, the M3. Whether you're a fan of the boxy E30, the perfected E46, or the record-breaking G20, there is a 3 Series for every kind of driver. It isn't just a car, it's the yardstick by which every other manufacturer measures their success. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the history of the ultimate driving machine. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment with your favorite gen, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and